So a couple days ago, I made a video about the Matthew Stafford and Jared Goff trade, and I just had to talk about it considering I'm such a huge football fan, and you never know, I might have people who watch me who watch football as well. I have noticed that there have been a huge amount of people who have just been talking about how Matthew Stafford is not much better than Jared Goff at all. He's not going to help the Rams in any way. The Rams were, as I said in my last video, were robbed of their first round picks, and I went into that video and talked about how I don't think the Rams really view first round picks as very important, and nor should they. I've just been hearing way too much about how Matthew Stafford is not a better option. He's not going to help. I think it's pretty ridiculous considering Matthew Stafford is one of the most elite quarterbacks of our generation and will probably continue to do so, granted he plays for an extended more period. I want to make a video kind of showing off what he can do, and I came across this video of his top 10 plays. It's his highlights. I will say, I think the only way you can actually get to know a player is when you watch their game film, when you actually watch everything. You can't just watch the good things they did, because when you watch the good things they did, that just makes them look like an amazing player. Players will always do good things and bad things, mediocre things, great things, you know, you name it, the list goes on. So I think with watching game film, that really shows what type of player they will be and how they'll transition to the NFL. But you know, with Matthew Stafford, when you watch his game film, he outranks the amount of bad he does with the amount of great he does. Now, we're not going to watch game film, of course, but I'm going to throw on a video I found of his top 10 plays. These are, of course, highlights, which will make him look amazing. But the point is that with highlights, not many people can do what he does here. And I'm going to throw it on here because I think it just shows how great of a quarterback he actually is. And I just want to make a shout out to Iconic Football, the person who posted this video about 2 months ago. All right, let's get into it.
Over 220 straight games. He's got a 1st and 10. He's going to fling it to the end zone, and the ball.
Yeah, that's a pretty good one. That is Calvin Johnson, which is one of the best wide receivers to ever live, so I'm not really surprised about that. Okay. Look at that! Matt Stafford has been doing that much longer before Patrick Mahomes has. And I think that's what has to be discussed here too, is the fact that Patrick Mahomes is already one of the greats in the league at the moment, but he always gets praised for doing these underhand throws and no-look passes. And the thing is Matt Stafford's been doing stuff like that long before him, but it's because of the team he's on, he's never talked about. Let's just replay that. Let's just go back to the beginning there at number 9. Like, that was just... And he gets, I think that's Marvin Jones Jr., he gets him right, like, the placement of that is beautiful. Okay. Look at that. Look at the rollout. Disgusting. Disgusting. Wow. That's nice. That's a good play.
Presents himself, and Stafford finds like Keystone Couch there for a minute. You don't see that very often. All right, here's Stafford again, rolling to his left. Catching it. So, well, right here, Stafford.
Once again, Calvin Johnson, of course, is going to make that type of play. But look at that cross-body throw. Not only is the pocket presence amazing here, like he knew he was gonna get sacked. He's got 1 guy, 2 guy, 3 guy, yeah, like the pocket was crashing. He knew he had to roll out. He even had the potential to maybe gain 5, if not the first down yardage, and he decides to throw cross-body accurately, just leaving the wide receiver open enough room for Calvin Johnson to dive in the end zone and grab it. Man, that's crazy. He knew. He's like, right there. That's awesome. That's sick. Great communication. Look at that. Something I'm noticing too, if we even go back a little bit, he's not... Look at this. He's not letting the pressure scare him. The pressure isn't crashing down on him, and he's not getting scared. He's just letting the game go by. He's letting his progressions flow in, and he's waiting for someone to get open. He's not going to take the sack here, essentially. Look at that. He should have been, but he's not. He's reading the field well, and he gets someone wide open for a 30, 40-yard gain. 35, yeah, so, okay, that was great.
Start with the fact the protection was there, and Stafford able to scramble outside, and then it was
perfect placement. Nice. Los Angeles Chargers. Whew. Wow. Kenny Golladay, another deep threat receiver.
Stafford took a hit, firing for the end zone. Touchdown, Calvin Johnson. That looked like a Hail Mary at the end of the game. A drop ball at the 6.
Come on, let's go back to the beginning of that. He knows he has to roll out. 51 can't cover him much longer, you know, and this is it. He sees Calvin Johnson. He knows Calvin Johnson's gonna at least try to make a play. He's his best bet. Might as well tie up the game. If you throw an interception from this part of the field, it's basically a punt. It is what it is. And just as he cranks that ball back, 93, I don't know who 93 was at the time of this year, but 93 just crashes on his upper shoulder as he chucks that down the field. How are you going to tell me Calvin Johnson is going to catch that in between 3 defenders? All you got to do is hit the ball down. Once again, another example of perfect ball placement. You tell me how this is not an upgrade over Jared Goff. Let's continue. Wow.
Johnson, he had 11 catches. And then under 40 ticks to go Stafford. Here's the sidearm throw.
Sidearm throw. Sidearm throw. That's what I'm saying. The sidearm throw.
Oh, they're not going to show it to him.
And they win the game off that. That's why. Look at this. And look at the spiral on that thing.
Overhand wouldn't have got it.
That's crazy.
7-2.
That's gross.
After they won 4 in a row. No shots.
Oh, this is good. This is against LA Rams.
Off the back foot to the end.
Oh, man. Oh, my goodness. Okay, we gotta replay that. If anyone knows the Rams like I do, you know that Aaron Donald is one of the best players to ever live. Here you go. You got Aaron Donald crashing down on you like that. He's throwing over his body. Look how accurate that was. Wow.
They're going to drop out here. This is like a zone blitz. I think this is when the surprise was. We thought there was going to be a whole lot of pressure coming. They rushed 3, and Aaron Donald couldn't quite get there. Stafford sidearms it, but watch the top of you to the left of your screen. Stafford to the air.
Number 2.
Rolling out to his left. Throws on the run in the end zone.
Once again, his pocket presence is on another level. He knows what he's doing. Look at this. Gross. Not only is he mobile, and not only can he move, sense pressure, good deep accuracy, but he threads the needle in between 2 defenders. That any other quarterback is probably throwing an interception there. That's a touchdown. Ah, man, that's crazy. Okay, this is the play. Matthew Stafford suffers a separated shoulder. He gets hit on a throw, and the way he gets hit is he has his arm up, and he gets hit up in the shoulder, and it separates. And he's laying on the ground in pain, so they pick him up, they bring him off the field, and he's like swearing. He's like, get the F off me, I'm going back in. There's no time left on the clock. It's because of a penalty, they get a free play. They need to get a touchdown to win the game. If not, obviously they lose. It's 37-31. And he comes back in with a separated shoulder and seals the game. Let's take a look here.
Shaking up, he's up. Rob Ryan, he's about 20 yards on the
Yeah, look how much pain he's in. But he goes back in. That's a baller. That's someone who's dedicated to their craft, to their career, and to the sport. How are you going to tell me I don't care if it's your throwing arm shoulder, if it's not your throwing arm shoulder, I don't care. The amount of pain that man must be in, that pain ruins your concentration. It ruins your flow. No one should be out on the field right now. How are you, like, the game's on the line. This is it. This is to win. How are you gonna tell me with a separated shoulder, look at this ball, look at this throw. He threads the needle in between two wide receivers here. How is he doing? That is awesome. That is the best play of his career. Honestly, one of the best plays in NFL history, in my opinion. That's awesome. Let's watch this again.
1 yard to gain. Throw. Touchdown, Detroit. They did it. The Lions came back and did it. If they hit the extra point, which is a 90% plus possibility, Detroit has to get off the field. And he sticks it right into his young tight end.
That's sick. That's sick. Okay, well, I'm going to keep it at that. All I wanted to simply show was Matt Stafford is simply over average. He's not mediocre. He's not average. He's over. He's elite. I mean, I think the only people who really understand how good Stafford is probably Detroit Lions fans. Detroit Lions, you know, these fans, you've stuck by their side. You're loyal because you've just gone through year after year after year of pain. And I know everyone likes to say that, like, Cleveland Browns have been under, like, so much drought, and it's true, but I really don't think anyone suffered as much as Detroit fans. Seeing how many losing seasons you have and more than half of the games you guys have won, it's mainly because of the performance by Matthew Stafford. He doesn't have Kelvin Johnson anymore. He doesn't have Megatron. Megatron's been retired for 6 years. So there are so many games in this 6-year period where he's been winning them when maybe you should be losing them. So I think the only people who truly understand what the Rams now have is Rams fans who pay attention and Detroit Lions fans who have seen how good Matthew Stafford actually is. If this didn't convince you, there are so many more videos on YouTube you can find of Matthew Stafford just tearing up the field. And like I said, if you're not interested in highlights, there's game film. And when you watch Matthew Stafford's game film, you don't find too many issues. Matthew Stafford, he's clearly on the right team now. He's got a great path to finally win a Super Bowl, and I think the Rams can make it happen next year with Matthew Stafford under center. All right, guys. Well, until next time, see you soon.